Hey folks, welcome to Lost and Found. Hope you are all good and well. So today I was lucky enough to be out on a club rally in Worcestershire, very close to Harvington Hall. So Harvington Hall is an Elizabethan manor house. So it was built on the site of a 13th century timber framed building by a guy called Adam de Harvington, who was Chancellor of the Exchequer at the time. Upon his death in 1344, it was passed to the 11th Earl of Warwick. Then in 1529, it was purchased by a wealthy lawyer, Sir John Pakington. And then when he passed away, his great nephew Humphrey Pakington inherited it. So it was Humphrey that transformed the manor into what we can see today, minus 2 wings, because I believe they were demolished in the early 18th century. But it was Humphrey Pakington's Catholicism that would give Harvington Hall its most famous features, when in 1585 it became illegal for Catholic priests to be in England, and they were actually given 40 days to leave the country or face execution. So Humphrey would construct 7 hidden priest holes or hides within the main hall. You know, this is a place where he could harbour priests and their families and protect them from execution, be it at the risk of execution himself, because Parliament had said anyone found harbouring priests would suffer the same fate. So really interesting place. But what did we find a few fields away? Well, we did find one relic from the time of Humphrey Pakington, along with some real beautiful treasure from the years following the Elizabethan period. But before we get to that, let's get the buttons in the jar and go through a few other things we found. So remember, when the jar's full, we're going to do a giveaway. Let's count them in. 1. They're all flat, plain buttons. That one's got the shank, and interestingly, bear in mind these are like 320 years old. Still got some string or linen attached to it. So that's pretty cool. In fact, I can't put that in the jar, I don't think. I've never found one with material still attached to it. So I'm going to put that on there. 2, with shank. 3, no shank. 4, no shank. And 5, no shank. So that's the buttons done. What else did we find? We did find this, which is a British Caribbean Territories Eastern Group 50 cents from 1955. What a beautiful coin. Of course, on the back there's Queen Elizabeth II, a very young Queen Elizabeth II. But yeah, it's a really, really nice coin, that is. Then we have a George V threepence. So this is one of the Maundy set, I think. So I think there's 1, 2, 3, which are 3, 4 and 5. And this particular one's from 1916. Now I found this really bizarre item. So it appears to be, if I get it up close, a tail. It's attached to some wire, so it must have been part of a sculpture or something. Really interesting piece. Any ideas, guys? Let me know in the comments. Sort of foxtail, or could it be wheat? Not sure. Let me know what you guys think. Not sure how old that is, by the way. A 19th century pocket watch winder. This one's a plain one. you do find them quite regular. As I've said before, you know, most people had a pocket watch and you had to wind up your watch on a regular basis. A couple of bits of lead tat which will fire at the castle using the trebuchet at the end of the video. Not sure what this is. It's bronze. It's part of something, but who knows? Anybody's guess. Now, this is interesting. I think this is a horse mount. So this would have decorated the bridle, the part that sits on the horse's jaw. I'll see if I can find a picture and put one on the screen of, you know, the type of thing I'm talking about. I couldn't find one online that looked like this, but what else could it be? So it's made of lead, so it's got to be old. It's got to be medieval because it's lead. But look at that design on there. If anyone can offer me an alternative suggestion as to what you think that might be, please do let me know in the comments. But yeah, it's a lovely piece. Fleur-de-lis in every corner. Lovely piece. Right, so what did we find from the time of Humphrey Packington? Well, there's a buckle fragment. So I think that's 16th century. Only a piece of it, unfortunately, but it is an ornate one. And then a 15th, maybe 16th, more ornate buckle fragment. Yes, it would have been a nice nice buckle at the time. I don't know if it comes through on the camera, but I think it was silver plate, because if you look between the lines, you can see some of the silver still there. But yeah, would have been very nice if it was complete. Now, we've also got a lead token. So of course, lead tokens, I have done a previous video on lead tokens, which I'll link down below. I think this is an older one because of its crudeness. Lead tokens first began use in the 13th century. So I think it would be safe to assume that this would be 15th, 16th century, which would put it around the time of Humphrey Packington. It's always nice to find a lead token. Now, treasure. We have treasure, guys. And it is a lovely piece of treasure from the 17th century. So this is a Charles I hammered shilling. So Charles I was, of course, King of England from 1625 until his execution by beheading at the end of the English Civil War on the 30th of January 1649. But look at that. So we're not sure of the exact mint of this one, because you should be able to see a mint mark at the top. But if you look just there, I point to where it is, it should be here. But it's been kind of clipped, so you can no longer see. So we're not sure of an exact date, but from looking at other examples, I think it's safe to put it within the time frame of the English Civil War, so between 1642 and 1649. Now I will confess, I didn't find this. My dad found it, the jammy sod. But look at the size of the thing. That's a proper piece of treasure, that is. 17th century silver, Charles I. So there you have it, guys. I think that's got to be find of the day, hasn't it, to be fair. So it was a great day metal detecting overall, I think. If you think so, drop me a like, maybe subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. I nearly forgot to launch these at the castle then, guys. Get the trebuchet tat. See if we can breach those walls. Nice bit of damage there. See you in the next one.